Anya, and welcome to my talk exhibition on the question, what are the implications of having or not having knowledge? Over the next minutes, we'll examine and discuss 3 everyday objects I already chosen and developed an essay on that are a plane ticket, my house keys, and a starry night Leo set, and see how knowledge or its absence shapes our experiences. Let's begin.
And on the day we reached that island, we uncovered the entire truth of the world. We learned of the 100-year void. We learned of the people of the D and of the ancient weapons. Tales from a time when the land of Wano was open to the world.
This, as I show on my screen, is my return flight plane ticket, parting from Frankfurt to Mexico City and marking the end of my exchange period during the winter break of 2023. As far as I can recall, the day before my return to Mexico, I felt really calm about it as I was missing my family and the food. I've even arranged my seat to be next to my roomies, and even I've got to have a window seat. It is important for me to mention that we were in Pulheim at the time. It's like a Cologne suburb, and we had to be transported by car, obviously because we had a very heavy luggage, to the Cologne Hauptbahnhof, the main train station, and then moved to Frankfurt by train. However, the morning of the flight, I was woken up with the news that our flight was cancelled. Sum to that, the train to Frankfurt suffered a 3-hour delay. The implications of having or not having knowledge, following with the internal assessment prompt or the exhibition prompt, are very clear in this case. By not having knowledge of this, we were stuck 2 additional days in Europe. This may not sound as frustrating and exhaustive as it was. However, all of us students, as we were for hours to chill on the airport's floor while the teachers were negotiating with the airlines our way back home. This implied them having a great knowledge of German language, French language, and of course airport protocols, as they handled them really well, and we were even accommodated in the Hilton Hotel near Airport Charles de Gaulle in Paris. For us students, knowledge was to be set on the capacity of our teachers to take care of us until we reached back home.
Bricks? I don't get it.
As now presenting on my screen, there are my poorly savage and poorly taken care of house keys. I've had them from a while now, since I was 10, as far as I can recall. They were a really huge responsibility given to me by my parents when they decided I was old enough to determine when and where to carry them. It is important to recall that sometimes I need just to carry one, and when I'm at my country house, I need to carry 2 of the 3 keys presented. If not, I will most probably end up in the yard without any access to the main house. However, my parents often forget to carry theirs, so having them with me allows them to rely on that possibility that we can still enter the house. For me, my house keys are a key part of my daily life, because they allow me to be more independent and responsible on almost a daily basis, as sometimes it may occur any kind of inconvenience that leads to me having to be home alone for the day. Without my keys, I wouldn't possibly find a way to enter the house. As for security, we don't even have a spare key, and do the rest of my responsibilities, like taking care of my dog pets. The internal assessment prompt I chose was, what are the implications of having or not having knowledge? The election of these objects depicts in a very clear way the implications of having or not having knowledge on when to carry my house keys, However, if I may say, the knowledge doesn't really matter when we think of the moment to carry them. The knowledge relies entirely on the importance of having them always with me, no matter what. I would like to answer this prompt with a say we have here in Mexico: más vale prevenir que lamentar, which would translate directly to we better prevent rather than regret. Concluding with this subject, the implications of having the knowledge that the sole existence of my pair of house keys makes my family able to rely on me when anything out of the ordinary happens and they're not able to make it home on time. It implicates me having to be an independent being, and when that happens, and the keys are the key for being it.
It's not dark and black and without character. The black is in fact deep blue. And over there, lighter blue. And blowing through the blueness and the blackness, the wind swirling through the air. And
On screen, as I hope very dearly right now, is my already built-up Starry Night Lego set. This set was bought for me by my parents on Christmas Eve of 2022. It represents for me more than my first lone Lego set build-up challenge. As in all the other times I've worked with Lego sets, they were all shared experiences with my friends or parents. But this time, I was left to explore it all by myself. I can also add to the context of the object that this set was given to me because Vincent van Gogh is one of my all-time favorite painters, making it a very, very dearly and special gift for me. For this exhibition, as I mentioned on the two previous objects, I chose the prompt, what are the implications of having or not having knowledge? To answer this question, applying it to this object, I'll need to add a little bit of context. And it was when I was finishing my build-up, I noticed that they were missing pieces from the box. The problem didn't rely on me and my lack of organization on the build-up, but the solution did rely on my previous knowledge and experience building Legos. You see, I had a few pieces left behind from previous sets, so I used them as a substitute for the missing pieces. They weren't really the exact missing pieces, as I would hope so, but they were a really great replacement. These pieces were to be located on the front trees of the painting. Hence, this object exemplifies the implication of having the previous knowledge in a matter